Hi guys. So like Michelle, I'm not going to be in class on Tuesday, so I'm going to do a video presentation to talk a little bit about my paper that I wrote for this class. I'm just going to go ahead and answer the two questions that were on the PowerPoint from last week. So the first question was, what is your preferred social contract with your employer? This was not something I'd thought about prior to entering the workforce, and I think it's actually a great question. And since taking this class, I've really realized that what I think is the most important at work is that your employer fosters your personal identity. And that might seem a little bit odd just because, we try to keep a work-life balance where we keep our work and our life separate. But I really think that having a strong personal identity at work allows you to do your best job at work as well as feel more satisfied at your work. So I think that's really, really important, and it was kind of this class that led me to that realization that I didn't have before. So going ahead will definitely be something I look for. My current job, I'm lucky enough to have fallen into that environment. So, for example, my coworker and I have the same job title, or similar job titles, but we have very, very different roles. So she deals much more with admin, talking to people, selling our programs, organizing, coordinating, because she's excellent at that stuff. Whereas for me, I do a lot more of the naturalist stuff, a lot more of the animal-based stuff, a lot of the educating. And it makes a much stronger team for us, and at the same time, both of us have a lot of ownership in our roles, and we feel very valued for the skills that we can bring to the company. The second question was, what strategies will you employ to maintain a coherent identity as a worker in today's economy? Throughout my life, my personal goals and likes have really, really guided my professional goals. And because of my love of animals and wildlife and the environment and how I grew up, it's affected every decision I've ever made and directed all those decisions. So I went to school for wildlife. All the jobs I've done have been in animals or wildlife. And for me to maintain my self-satisfying, coherent personal identity, I'll continue to do that. I'll take jobs that I love, take jobs that I believe in, and that probably will be at the cost of a few things. There are a couple of things, I might give up just to have that, but for me, that's so worth it that I can work in a job I love and believe in. That's how I will maintain my personal identity. Her final question was how you'll communicate your professional identity. Not something I really thought about before, to be honest. And it's only in this class that I've really thought about it and thought, oh, am I actually doing that right? It's kind of intimidating that people have maybe been looking at my professional identity and not seeing what I wanted them to see. So one of the most recent additions to that kind of plan for me was Instagram, which I never really thought about, but we talk so much about social media and how it's important and how as communication masters we need to, or, getting our masters in communications, we need to be utilizing social media in an advantageous way. So I have Facebook, but I keep it quite private, and I think as most of you know, I use a different name on Facebook and et cetera, et cetera. I like my Facebook to be personal. I use it to keep in touch with my friends and family. I'm not great at Twitter. I don't get it. I don't think I have funny enough 140 character sentences to say. So Instagram was kind of the way I went. And I only post pictures of animals or nature, and that'll be my goal going forward, is to use it as something to continue to express my identity in that way. LinkedIn was one of the other ones I wanted to use because I think LinkedIn is a great way to showcase your resume. And for me, it's a really good way to showcase my experience in different countries and with different kind of jobs, as well as giving justification for the experiences you've had. You can write, it's like Jennifer Daniels said the other day, you can write that little segment up at the top that says, I want to do this, this, and this. So for me, I want to go into global conservation on quite a high scale, and I want to work in, land and park management, global conservation, a little bit of hospitality and recreation. And, so I've got experiences all over the place, and it's all in those different things. And I think if you look at the resume as one shot, it kind of just seems like I've just bounced all over and had no idea. But in reality, for me, it's been getting experience in those different areas. I also thought a blog would be useful. I haven't started this. It's kind of just something I thought of as I was writing. It's a great way to showcase your writing skills and your knowledge. And I think, you know, writing skills are extremely important. And this is a great way to show them without having to submit papers or whatever it might be. You can kind of direct people towards this blog. And then finally, the last one for me, and this is, you know, more recent, since I've decided to stay in the US, I put this off a little bit because I wasn't sure if I was going to stay here or not. And, you know, I think networking is really important, so I would like to look into joining more wildlife societies and chapters and things like that to meet people who can expand my network, teach me new things, show me new things. So pretty excited about that. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys. I've had a wonderful class with all of y'all. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see many of you next semester. And for those I don't, who are doing the capstone, good luck. And yeah, thanks.